Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Low enough there for folks to hear me? All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Schnozzcast!
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
That's what we needed. That's what we were missing.
Your hosts tonight, Bruce Buffer, Bob, Cory, Nick, and Todd. Thank you for joining us. If you're new to the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, goddamn, great decision, sir, because this is sir or madam.
Oh, I was going to say, whoa.
Sir or madam.
Whoa, buddy.
Because this is going to be a humdinger of a show. You know when you start off with, Nick wisely pointed out, he's like, hey, you know what we're doing that's, it's just wasting a whole shitload of time. We're playing that intro song and then we're letting it go for way too long. Like, that's not what people want to hear. They want to have us get right into the content. So I tried to do that this time. And then right when I was about to start talking, Cory's like, let's get ready. Then I'm like, oh, it's okay.
That's still cut in half. Our usual,
I don't know if it's cut. Well, it's definitely not
intro.
shorter.
He's going to get his $5 out of that.
I guess so. I'll give you $5 if we never play that again.
It was 13.
I'll give you $13 if we can never play that again.
Make it 20, you got a deal.
No. You had a great offer on the table and you fucking went, nope, flip the table over.
Way to stand your ground, TT.
Yeah.
You know it.
Oh, yeah.
Todd, how are you, sir?
I am, what's the word I'm looking for? Spectacular. I am spectacular, man. Freaking-tacular.
All right. I never go to Todd first, and I thought I'd give it a try, and now I know why. Cory, how are you, sir?
Oh, hello.
Todd, can you give another hello just to piggyback off of Cory's hello?
Hey.
that was it? Hey?
Hey.
You know anytime you tee Todd up, he's just going to swing and miss. So I don't know why you continue to do it.
That was a solid hit. That was a solid hit.
Get
back on the porch, TT.
Shines on a dog's ass every now and again.
The Todd tee-ups are especially hilarious because he takes like a breath before the Todd tee-ups.
Well, it could be the signal going across the country.
I don't think it is.
No. All right.
I don't think
it's the satellites. It has to be the satellites.
I think it's his.
It's the uplink.
His thinking breath. I think that's what it is.
The thinking breath?
Yeah.
Is that the same breath before we get sweet in the sports
Yeah.
segment?
We were like, Todd, go ahead. And he's like, sweet.
I'll make sure that I
Cory,
do that. I'm
come on,
consistent.
this is you get back at him. You jump in here anytime. The height jokes, the speed jokes. Come on, we're
Bob,
giving a little bit back
Bob,
to Todd right now.
I like challenges in life.
Yeah,
and making fun of Todd is just not a challenge. So there's no point in even jumping in on that.
Wow.
Todd.
That's really good.
Talk about knocking things out of the park. That's one real easy thing to knock out of the park. So
with your total silence,
I'm going to take the high road and actually bring good content. Not cheap
get on
shots.
a ladder to get on the high
are
road.
you saying Cory Slesky's a high road kind of a guy?
If he climbs on a ladder.
Standing on Todd's shoulders.
See, Nick, how are
Did
you,
I take
sir?
a breath there?
I am doing fantastic. And I will say, I have breaking news.
What?
Breaking news. I went over for Halloween to help my good friend Cory, and it was a great time. But at one moment, and I can't remember the particular moment that it was, but there was something of exigence that was occurring, and I witnessed Cory run. He ran from the table up front to the garage. I was very shocked.
Well, hang on. How could you tell he was running? Was there like a trail of smoke that came?
No.
from the shoes?
Knees and legs.
Were the knees high? Like
Knees and elbow. Yeah, they were high, man. He
hit
was
those knees with
he
your
was
hands?
moving. He was moving. I'm telling you. I don't remember seeing it in the past, but he was moving. I think it was because we were he had the idea of handing out shots to the adults. And so
not to the kids for a
No,
change.
it was
Nice work.
It was the candy. We had trick or treaters show up, and we didn't have the candy out.
Oh,
yet.
right. Candy to the kids, booze to the adults. Got it.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Scratch that from last year. Reverse it. We're all good.
And the candy was in the garage? Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he moved because they were like, and for people that don't know, Cory is actually very good with kids. Like they're coming out. I mean,
if you're applying it with alcohol, it's kind of difficult to not be good with kids.
No, but oh God, hey bud, he really got a kick out of it. And at one point, there was no candy, and he's like, "No, hold on 1 second." And I turned around, and he was high stepping.
So we go to the candy footlocker in the garage.
Yeah,
It was just on my workbench. That's where I had it.
Your candy workbench. Did you still? Are you still using the cadaver with the open chest cavity for the candy?
Oh, if you were there, Bob, you would have known. So maybe next year.
Maybe not.
Oh, Dylan's
Or not.
Dylan's the one that said when he was going to get the candy.
Do we have another breaking news for tonight?
Do we?
Fireball's getting recalled.
So this is episode 250, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't.
Bomb dropped on you, sir.
All right, I don't.
That's very anticlimactic.
I'm at the point where I honestly feel like anytime you remind me how many we've done
Yeah.
and how
You're like, what show is this?
how not far we've gone,
I feel like I've only been doing this show for like a week.
just depressing. I think it.
You think the higher the number gets without us hitting the stratosphere of fame is depressing to you?
Yeah.
I mean, look, you got to put in the work, sir. You got to put in sometimes years of work
Yeah.
to get to the tippity top.
Yep.
Most overnight successes do not happen overnight.
Hold on a minute.
Todd Dillon, circa
not.
2023.
Most overnight successes do not happen overnight.
That is correct.
The time to
It's a
fix the
misnomer.
roof is when
a
it's sunny.
paradox.
My God.
I don't. I think that totally derailed my train of thought. Wait, oh no, it was episode 250. Hey, so congratulations, fellas, 250 episodes.
That's great.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to do something special for every iteration of 50 in the episode. Sometimes you can literally just surprise your co-host with that knowledge. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Color me surprised.
I was turning up the headphones and you stopped talking, which did not help me turn up the headphones.
I did not know what
You
you
didn't
were
know
doing.
what I was doing. Yeah, I know.
Nope, didn't know what you were doing.
But anyhow, it's a milestone.
Yeah, so I feel like we should celebrate in some small way.
Shots.
All right.
Cory Slesky coming to the rescue as per frickin' usual. And
Cory-
bringing
Cory-
the booze for any celebration. Ooh.
Didn't we also have a little?
Sorry, jumpy old man.
I think dust just came down from the kitchen floor.
Rain from the heavens?
Yeah. Didn't we have a little taste test that we're supposed to do on this show too?
Oh yeah, we heard that.
Yeah.
All right.
A little taste testy, a little testy.
Taste test would have been fine. You could just say test. It's all good. What? What? What, did he kick the table with his
No, it's
shuffling? What happened?
this little glowing belt clip thing.
Well, you can't put the shirt over that. I mean, if you're wearing something in the back that glows and you're very proud of it, you got to tuck the shirt into the back so people can see it when you.
You can't. How would I tuck my shirt in
Inadvertently.
while this is clipped on my belt? You can't.
You can find a way.
Doesn't-
You run
No.
run that cable down through your shirt?
Doesn't it go down through the
sleeve?
shirt?
Well, I can just leave it on the outside, and it
He's
does
like,
the exact
shit,
same
I guess
thing.
I could have done that.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Todd Dillon, what are you drinking for your shot tonight, sir?
A little Crown Apple. The classics.
I would say I'm surprised, but I feel like that's your favorite. And who am I to tell you not to drink your favorite shot? Nobody. That's who.
Well, thank you, sir.
No, you call
Much
the
better
shots
than
over.
Fireball.
Well, that's true. Oh, do you want to tell the audience about your discovery, or was it Cory's?
It was mine.
Who's laying claim to this discovery? Not that we've
Yeah, no.
profited from it at all.
No, we won't.
Okay.
So there is something that we discovered. There is a Fireball keg that you can buy that's like 6.5 liters or something.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, 6.5 liters.
I thought it was 5.2.
That also sounds about right.
No, I think it's like 6.5.
I think you guys should fight it out.
Anyhow, I think we should get it. We'd have to send away for it, and at the end of the day,
So
Todd,
you can't get it from Total Wine or anywhere?
I don't know. I haven't seen it anywhere around here.
I mean,
So
Cory's the Total
5.25 liters.
no, I don't believe that. I think it's 6.5.
No, the 6.5 is the fifths that you converted it into.
That's true.
Oh, he might
That
have-
is
he
true.
might have
Yeah,
me
that
there.
is true.
Okay.
Yeah. Science.
But still,
Science,
you're-
bitches.
You're
Isn't that
counting out-
math?
Math is just, most science is measured by math.
Science. Bitches. Okay.
Remember when we used to do little headliner clips for the show? And sometimes it was hard. You're like, oh, I don't know if I could find like just a 60-second clip that's worthy of doing that. But thank you, Todd Dillon, because
Man, the
You're
100 level general studies is really taking a hit on this fucking episode.
isn't that math?
Math is the greatest science.
It's the greatest of all the sciences.
Exactly.
You know what's the pinnacle?
It's
of
one
science?
better than biology.
Science.
Corey, just discovered a new invention. And I know you're gonna talk about your
Are you talking about science math or math science?
no, I'm talking about podcast science. And I know you're going to talk about your thing, but let's just say that in my situation, don't you think that there should be cans that like have little like air hockey table cooling little fans that blow like cold air around your ear, and so you don't have these hot sweaty ears every time you do a show. Wouldn't know. Got these new things. Don't have to worry about that.
That was just for that setup. That was a hell of a joke. I just got to say, you could be offended or not, amused or not. For the setup, you got to respect it.
I don't
Why
know
don't you just
but
drop
okay.
your cans into the dry ice that you have left over from the Halloween episode?
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that didn't last longer than 4 hours.
All right. So we
That's
now have
science, Todd.
we now have 2 shots apiece sitting here in front of us. All of them getting warm.
One's non-alcoholic.
Okay.
Dylan just
Oh
wanted
my-
us to try it.
You just freaked
So
me the
are
fuck
we
out.
going
I was
with a
like,
non-alcoholic
what?
first?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Hold on to your crown apple test just for a second, Todd. What is this we're drinking? Clarified butter.
It's according to Dylan, it was the Blue Collar Mimosa.
Are those the guys that play the drums?
Yeah. Yes,
No,
they
it's
are.
It's
They
Blue
are.
Man Group Mimosa. That is.
We can't change the name to Blue Man Group Mimosa.
We have to now.
or the Redneck Mimosa. So it's Red Bull and orange juice. He apparently loves to drink this when he's going golfing.
Was it supposed to be blue collar mimosa? Or
That's
was redneck?
yeah. Well, redneck or blue collar, I guess.
From
What
now on, it's Blue Man Group Mimosa.
I agree.
Dylan, if you're listening, please make the necessary adjustments for your next outing in the course.
So, redneck and blue collar are now interchangeable.
No, Blue Man Group, Todd.
Okay, got it.
Abadi
changed.
Abandai. Cheers.
I don't know why we're cheersing to non-alcoholic.
I don't know.
That is disgusting.
That was
I don't know why you would drink that.
Yeah, Dylan,
There's no
Buddy.
alcohol in there.
even the taste of that alone. I did a 50-50 mix.
So put a little champagne in it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's a mimosa.
That's technically it. Yeah.
He said you won't change my mind about it. Well, you continue on with that, buddy.
No. It's
More
I
power to
respect
you.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried it.
If you like it, have at
We
it.
will always try it.
I don't think it's horrible. It definitely the medicinal aspect of the Red Bull comes through.
The medicinal aspect.
I mean, it's almost like orange juice with like a vitamin C
dog piss in it?
No, like a vitamin C tablet like smashed up in the bottom of it. Like
tastes-
you know, it has that like artificial vitamin C flavor. Like that's kind of how it tasted.
It tastes like Carhartts and Deep Shame.
like a shitty Sunny D.
No, you know what it tasted like? A Flintstone vitamin. That's what it tasted like.
If you had crushed it underneath the heel of your bare foot,
Yeah. All
and
right.
then snorted it with a.
I was going to say, let's wash
with
that
a
down with
McDonald's
something
straw.
good.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, get out your crown apple. Here we go.
Crown apple gotten.
Whoa.
We.
All right. All right. So that was
That's
we
the good
tried.
stuff.
Listen, we really have to start the show. Oh,
Oh, that's a good way to do it. Yeah.
love the fireball.
I think Dylan should pour some of that orange juice in some coffee. That way he can get some you can also get that same high on another taste level.
Isn't it horrible when bad things happen to good sentences?
I know. I'm off my game.
All right, so let's start the show for real this time, fellas. You can, even though we're like 15 minutes in, you can stream us out on anywhere where you can get a podcast. You can stream previous episodes. Please do so. Some of them actually are pretty good. Or you can follow us on social media out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok, all at Schnozzcast. You can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us anytime, day or night, including right now. I assume that we're live at 618-SHOCKER.
Shocker line.
Shocker.
Do you prefer the shocker, Todd, or the baby?
Love them both, man. Love them both.
All right. I need a little bit of competition. There needs to be a little bit of back and forth, a little yin and yang from between Seattle and Michigan. So if Nick's not doing it, come strong with the baby. Got me?
Who are you chastising, me or Nick?
Both of you.
All right, Dad.
I always get a 2-for-1 on my chastising.
Yeah. I mean, I get yelled at sometimes for doing it, and then so yeah. And then I saw Cory's Cory's thing that he made us the YouTube video. You're showing us some improvements, which he's been doing a great job.
Yes, sir. Well done.
And I saw what was the Thanks a Lot Prince or whatever that was. Was there Prince music? Was there Prince music playing?
Yeah.
So this is the craziest thing I've ever come across on YouTube.
Yeah.
I did that entire video, got everything edited, added all that stuff in, and I got, like, every once in a while we'll get copyright flags for like something that we play in the background or one of the TikToks or something, but it's just a copyright flag. And since we're not monetized, it's fine. They really don't care about it. So just leave it as is and go about our business. This, I got an email, I got a YouTube alert, it said the video was blocked, that it would not be shown anywhere. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, that's right.
Must have been a Prince song.
I'm like, Metallica. That's in the drone video that I played for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me go through and take care of that. Go through, scrub all that out, get a nice overlay on it, nice intro, had a bunch of sound going during it. Resubmit, re-upload, blocked. I'm like, what the hell? So I finally look at the details and it says Kiss. And I'm like, Kiss is not that. No, it's Metallica. It wasn't Kiss. And then I realized
the greatest rock and roll band in the world.
Right.
No.
The Prince song.
So exactly. So then I went through and I watched that second TikTok, and ever so slightly in the background, you can hear Prince. And I was like, okay, even though this is going to take more time, I really want to try something out now. And I took all the sound in there. I left the Metallica song on there, and I blocked out the Prince song. I'm like, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to re-upload. They're going to tell me blocked again, Metallica. But I'm like, I just need to try. Re-uploaded. No problem with Metallica on there. Loud as shit playing in the background. YouTube was completely fine with Metallica.
Wait, so are you telling me now that
they're not the greatest
we can now play Metallica anytime we want? Because that'd be amazing. We should play Metallica every episode.
I understand, man.
Listen, Bob, I'm just saying from the information I have recently received, to me what it looks like, yes, we could.
Don't tease me, Cory, because I will put Enter Sandman on this board and we'll play it for our intro song instead of Jack Rants.
Man.
I don't care.
We can try it.
It'll be like a Metallica
We can
concert.
definitely try it.
I'll even get sound audio from a live concert rendition of Enter Sandman and I'll put it on the board.
Okay, why are we playing Metallica? Just because
Just go.
we can?
Just fucking go with it.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Hell
I
yeah!
love how Nick's like, while I'm doing my phone and half listening to what you're saying.
I'm sorry, I'm responding to your girlfriend who's saying hello in the live, and
Sweet.
I'm letting
Then
everyone
do that and don't give a shit then about what we're talking about.
So what I find really funny too is the fact that Metallica was like originally one of the
I say we just either make our own, just something completely ridiculous like Metallica, this is Metallica, and just play that for that time. Or
we can do that, definitely.
Or
He just did.
Or we play.
But it's not always going to be Metallica.
Or we play.
It'll be just what he said on the mixer, and I'll just loop it over and over and over again.
Or we play Spanish Flea, just like the waiting song. Like,
I feel like Spanish. I feel like Spanish Flea might have a bigger copyright than
Herb Alpert from the 50s is gonna have.
Oh, he's a stingy motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, but he's awesome, dude.
I don't think he's still alive.
Well,
He's awesome,
his
though.
estate, I'm sure, doesn't have Metallica money. I'm sure that
His
Herb
estate-
Alpert's heirs would like every penny every time he plays Spanish Flea.
his estate has been hurting for quite some time.
Yeah, it started hurting a couple years ago
And I'll
after
tell you
Jason
why.
Thomas took it off the jukebox.
Because most of our audience probably doesn't know what the hell we're talking about when we say Spanish Flea. And it's because of that reason that they need every penny that they can get from us for every play. You say Enter Sandman,
Cotton candy,
everyone
baby.
knows what you're talking about.
We should look into that. See if because if Spanish Flea is available to be played like royalty free.
Should we reach out to the estate of Herb Alpert and just ask him, like, please, we have a podcast which we're humongous fans, which we are,
Yeah.
of him and the Tijuana Brass, both, not just one. And, sir, we would consider it
A personal boon.
I'm sure you've heard stories about directors who have wanted to use a song in their movie, like a Zeppelin song. Like Zeppelin, for years and years and years, would never allow any of their songs to be used on a soundtrack. But people keep trying, and every once in a while, someone breaks through, and they present a case, and they give their consent. We should do that with Herb Alpert.
Yeah. And isn't there someone in the past that's very close to us that has reached out to radio shows and had a lot of luck?
Radio shows,
Yeah.
not actual recording artists.
Nick, he's retired from that game. That was years ago.
Yeah, that was a Bob Rankin who had tons of extra time.
That was
To call radio
2000,
shows.
Bob. Even before that.
Before that was 90s Bob. 90s Bob won.
What were you doing that you had so much time in the 90s?
Nothing.
Weren't you a new dad in the 90s?
Not until 99.
I was say this was just before Cecilia came along.
1990.
I had no kids. I had a job.
There's
that
a song.
I
There's a
controlled
song
my
out there.
hours. Worked from a desk. Had a phone. Could literally call radio station for 30 straight minutes and no one cared. Yeah, those were the salad days.
By the way, thank you, Gina, for the 50
Salad
stars.
days.
We appreciate it.
What do we get? 50 stars. What is that worth? What did she spend to give us 50 stars?
She spent something because they're not free.
Okay. Does that mean 50 cents?
On Facebook?
$50? What does that mean?
I'm not sure the breakdown, but
I don't know how thankful to be here.
You do have to.
If it's $1 per star, I feel like we should all be on our goddamn hands and knees to telling her thank you and maybe, giving her a guest, like a little crawl along the bottom of the, Gina Blaslam, 50 stars.
Thank you, Gina.
If people
so
on
it's
Twitch, we can
it's 1 cent per star. So it is.
And
50
the rest
cents.
of you should feel. The rest of you should feel pretty dirty for not giving us any stars.
Listen, no one's ever given us
All three of
goddamn
you.
single cent before, so I will not look 50 cents in the mouth. Thank
I
you,
will
Gina.
not. I will not look a gift 50 cents in the mouth.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Gina.
Because one day if we ever get to the point where we're monetized and we do we got like an Impractical Joker starting up status, like where we have a little bit of money, but you're not famous,
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, who literally gave us the first
very
50
first.
cents
Yeah.
that we ever were given as a podcast?
Does she
whole.
realize she just
We got to pin that on the wall.
She made
she's
history.
our very first Patreon customer.
She just made history.
Yeah.
No one has ever given us a cent.
Not a cent.
Todd, actually, we're going to have to
If
glue.
you give us 50,
Now.
50 more, you can put $1 on the wall.
Hold on. Let's
Easier to staple.
take
That's true.
a step back and not retract the comment, but just give the context there. We have gotten support from Danielle, Lori, your dad, everybody, all family and friends who have listened to us, taken the time to watch us, give us their feedback, like your cousin Natalie.
Yep.
Even if the feedback was shitty and they didn't like us.
I don't
They
care.
still took the time to watch.
The whole side of my family that just does not care for the show at all.
What do you think about that show? I didn't care for it.
And you know what?
very
Not
good.
only do they not like it, it's a bitter medicine that they keep trying. Like every now and then, they're like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
My cousin made this medicine, so maybe if I try it again next week.
It's like they were in college and like, oh, Uzo again? Well, I'll give it another try. It can't be as worse as the last time, right? It's got to be better.
And I'm always okay with it.
Yeah.
Did you say it's worse? And you're an English major?
Sorry, what did I say?
You said as worse.
No, I said it's worse.
No, you didn't.
All right,
Go to
I'll
the tape.
I'll go back to the tape. And I'll tell you what, I'll make a promise, Todd. I'll go back to the tape, and if I said that, I will add $1 to the jar. Where's the jar?
Right here.
Okay. I'll add $1 to the jar. if
Staple it
that's
to the
what I
wall next to Gina's dollar.
He doesn't even have to. He doesn't even have to because he's got $4 worth of credit.
said. I do.
so.
I do. But if I did say it, I'll drop that to 3. That's my pledge to you, Todd Dillon,
I appreciate it.
for keeping me honest. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I was thinking about this today. I would like for the jar to eventually go to something for the podcast.
Not to like needy children or anything.
No.
All right.
Call me a needy child then.
How about the 2 to 3 boxes of disposable shot glasses that I buy that we go through all the time? We could do that, but Todd wouldn't benefit from that. So we need to find
would not.
something that we all would benefit from.
We should, you know what we should do? We should invest it in, this will buy the Schnozzcast chicken.
The what?
The Schnozzcast chicken
What chicken?
that Todd will raise from a young chick up into full adulthood. And we'll get to name it. We'll get to have a ring camera, like a internet stream where we could watch our podcast chicken.
How much do you think is going into this jar that we're going to be able to have a 24-hour live stream of this chicken?
Okay, let me just explain something. Todd
I
has
listen
chickens.
to the audio every week. There's tons of mistakes. This jar is going to be full in no time.
Todd has chickens that lay eggs that he chooses to not let them fertilize. We could have a free chicken and a Schnozzcast chicken. So there doesn't need to be anything.
I feel like Todd's got us on mute where he's like, Mary, they're going to pay for a chicken.
yeah, really.
Wow. I mean, chickens are like $2.
All right, so we already bought 5 chickens.
But yeah,
Sorry.
wouldn't
Should
we
I have said Schnozzcast helicopter?
listen? $2. Why would you spend $2 when Rebecca fucking Cluckenstein can fucking
Renee Henderson Cluckenstein.
That's right. Yeah,
Cluckenstein.
Renee Henderson Cluckenstein.
Cluckmeister.
You can just let
Bite
one
your
of the
fucking
roosters,
tongue, dude.
just
It's
let one of the
Cluckenstein.
roosters fertilize one egg and write schnoz on the side of that egg, and then we'll put a 24/7 live stream on it.
You may be onto something.
Thank you.
I'm looking at
I think
Cory.
you lost
I
a
think
bunch
we're
of
of the
people.
same
I just
mind.
saw like 5 people drop off
I
the
think,
live
I
stream.
think we just heard one of the greatest ideas we've ever heard.
Todd, I'll see you in 2 days. we got some stuff to set up.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, hey, buddy, what's hey, come on in, put your bags in.
Nope, not here that long. Just here to fucking set up the chicken shit. And I got to catch a flight in 1 fucking hour. So, Todd, if you don't mind, get the fuck out of the way so I can set this up.
I assume you already have outlets and everything put up for me.
I got outlets. I got Wi-Fi out there. You're good
Oh,
to go.
see-
You're good.
Golden.
I got
One
a camera.
hug and-
In fact, you guys have solidified it. Mary's going to yell at me. She's going to be like, didn't I tell you to set that camera back up out there because she wanted the 24-hour live stream of the chickens? But we do not have that.
Perfect.
Well, there you go, buddy.
Yeah,
Now it's time for it.
put a couple little LED lights out there and live stream it 24/7. The Schnozzcast hatching of the Schnozzcast chicken.
There we go.
Just make sure one egg is fertilized. That's all.
Easy peasy.
Well, actually, maybe what we'll do then is we'll buy a rooster since I don't have one, and then we'll just keep him from fertilizing the egg.
How much does a
We'll work
rooster
that
cost?
angle.
$3.
Depends on the chickens cost between $2 and $6 a piece.
So even a rooster is $6?
Well, you can get a rooster for $2. It depends on the breed.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, but then we have to wait for that rooster to get to be an adult rooster. Or can you buy an adult rooster already for $2?
Usually people are giving away adult roosters because they're very, very ill-behaved.
Okay.
So I can get I can get a rooster tomorrow. Roosters are not hard to come by. Actually, in fact, Bob, Nick brings up a very, very, very pertinent point. Roosters are actually free. Most people are trying to get rid of roosters.
Yeah, because people want hens because hens lay the eggs, and people don't need roosters, so they turn those into food.
Well, so roosters are good protectors, but they are also many rapists.
Wow.
You could just
they're
say
particularly
rapists,
hard. They're
fine.
particularly hard on their down low hose.
No need to insult their height.
But wouldn't you love to wake up at the crack of dawn every morning with that beautiful sound coming from your yard?
And also
what sound is that? Exactly. Hens being penetrated? Is that the sound you're referring to?
No, the sound of a rooster waking you up at the crack of dawn.
The hens make just as much noise. They're just as noisy.
Have you guys ever had a moment where we've been sort of hatching a harebrained scheme, and then it just kind of in the middle of
nice
it,
hatching, yeah.
You stop. Yeah, you're welcome. You just take a break for thinking about it, and you're like, and then you start thinking about your friends or family who are listening to this, and you're like, oh man, we probably
no wonder they hate
jackasses right now.
I know. No wonder they hate this show.
No, we just went over this. My friends and family don't listen to this. They've made it very clear.
Well, the rest of us who have friends and family who pretend to like what we're doing and they're supportive, every now and again you think about them and you're like, that one probably didn't go over very well.
Oh, that's great, babe. Yeah, another great show last week.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really bad because this past week I actually subbed in a pool league and made the mistake of actually telling them about the podcast. So I think my new pool teammates might be listening to this, and I apologize and sorry for wasting your time, guys.
Speaking of feeling bad, I feel like Todd's got some grievances we need to get into.
The Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about it. As I rained blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way.
Another way, damn it.
Damn it. All right, Todd, Dylan, I do like how, because I kind of came out of nowhere with that, and Cory just snapped to attention. He's like, beep. Pulling up the graphic, like, immediately.
He's on it. He's got it down to a
He's on his game tonight. I will say, Cory was on time tonight. Cory was set up on time. If we were late even by a minute, it was not Cory's fault. You got to get some of the sugar if you sometimes get some of the salt. So,
yeah,
well done.
Nice work, TT. Nice work, TT.
And there is a sort of like a forest of cameras sitting here in front of us. Some going to Instagram, some going to Twitch, some going to this place, that place. Well done today, sir.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to I'm trying to moderate
solid
everything.
C+.
Go fuck yourself. Between
I'm just gonna pretend like you're talking to just Todd right there.
Oh, I was.
Excellent.
Oh, of course I was talking to just Todd right there. But there's a lot of cool stuff I've just found on Facebook now that we actually have learned how to use it as moderators and things of that nature. We'll talk about that later, obviously. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. All right. So
I was wondering if we're ever going to get to the grievances. Can this be a grievance?
We're going to
actually
all of our
announce
mics
the
except
segment,
for Todd.
and then you guys wax poetic about nothing.
Todd, I didn't say a word, buddy. I was waiting. I'm like, this is crazy.
Commence mute.
I know.
Mute of everyone except for Todd.
On.
Todd, Dylan, go.
Thank you. It's about time. Here's my grievance, and this is a retread, and I don't give a shit. Yesterday, about 16 crazy mofos felt free to leave their baskets wherever the fuck they wanted and shop elsewhere in the store while a brother was trying to pick up just a couple things. But I had to walk through this sea of abandoned carts all over the place while there's 18,000 mofos trying to buy 27-gallon jars of pickles and 87 rolls of toilet paper because the war's getting ready to break out. Please, people, keep your cart within 4 feet of yourself, please. And don't leave it in high traffic areas and go all the way to some other part of the store. Do your part. Be a human being. Participate in the courteous human race and keep your cart next to you. Now, this is going to get me in trouble. Mary does this all the time, and I rein her, and I actually push when she leaves her cart somewhere, I push it over to her, and I go, don't be that person. And I leave it next to her. People, it's making me mad. I don't want to push you down in Costco. So please, keep your cart next to you so the brother can get to his pork pork shoulder so I can get my barbecue on. So if you would, keep your carts next to yourselves. And don't loiter in high traffic areas. Don't loiter in high traffic areas. Pick up your stuff and then get to getting. Go hang out next to the toothbrush section. That spot's never ever full. If you want to have a conversation with your friends, go over there. If you want to watch your kids get into trouble, take them to the toothbrush aisle. But leave the meat section where everybody goes to Costco to pick up meats. Stay out of there. Don't leave those carts hanging in the way, please. And my next grievance, Bob.
Hold on. Let's one at a time here because I have some words of wisdom for you.
Okay.
All right. So my words of wisdom.
Corey.
Listen. You can give yourself just a break on the stress, and also have a little bit of fun at the same time by. If you see somebody abandoning their cart to walk down the aisle to go grab something, you take them something out of their cart and you put it back on the shelf. That's it. And you play a little game where you get to exercise a little civil disobedience, and you maybe swap something in your cart for something in their cart, and then you walk away. Much less stress. You're not worrying about it. You're teaching them a lesson. It's all good.
Point of order, Bob.
Yes, sir.
I'm a black man at a Costco.
Say
in
what?
a city with no black people. If I start taking shit out of people's baskets, you think my grievance is going to be, I got arrested today for pulling a prank on an asshole who left their basket in front of the meat section. I don't mess around with stuff like that, Bob. Your white privilege lets you get away with shit like
Todd,
that. I, on the other hand, have to frickin' surf a little bit more cautiously.
Todd, Jesus Christ. Todd, so you get a little more creative with it. You take the item that you're going to swap out and you put it, you take it in your hand and you put it right close to your chest, and then you pretend you trip and you bump into the cart. And in the tripping, you swap the items out and then you recover yourself, and no one's the wiser.
Dude, everybody know black people got great balance. Tripping, faking tripping. They're going to put me in jail for freaking
great balance.
Wait, black people have great
This feels like a setup. We do. It's just a science.
Wait, are you trying to
That's
say
science.
that only
science.
white people trip on stuff?
For the most part.
Is that your statement?
So name one slapstick comedy black man tripping.
Slapstick comedy black man.
Yeah, he's having to think about that. Name now, same amount of time. Name a white guy. Groucho Marx, frickin' Laurel and Hardy, frickin' I can name about. I mean, geez.
The Three Stooges aren't in there?
Michael Richards.
Exactly, the Stooges. Exactly.
Jim Carrey.
God damn it! I guess you got me there. You're saying no one would ever believe that you tripped.
So you're saying that
it would be straight up charged with theft and then aggravated faking.
This is tripping science I was not aware of.
So are you saying that there's not a lot of black physical comedians?
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, it's like so over the top. If a brother man's tripping, we don't do that. I mean,
hope this is the section of this episode that Dave Hill watches when he's like, should I go on this show or not?
It's going to be a whole show of leather Cheerios.
What are they about? What are they talking about? I don't know.
I love
Yes,
that.
please.
I love that anyone, including you, think that Dave Hill's going to watch our show before he...
Oh, no, that's the only reason why we're talking about this now, because I know he's not specifically picking an entire episode to watch.
He's not going to watch anything.
He probably will. That dude is very informed. He is very informed.
Yeah, he is.
Not about this show, though. Everything but this show. Okay, sorry.
He knows untapped talent, and by that I mean me.
Yeah.
All right, on to your second grievance.
Second grievance. This is an old man grievance, and I know it right out of the gate. As soon as I wrote it down today, I'm like, "Yep, you're turning into an old guy. You're turning into Bob." But I couldn't help myself.
You're older than me. Let me remind the internet.
What are you talking about, Bob? And by the way, this is my segment. This is my grievance. And my third grievance now is that Bob keeps interrupting me. But anyway.
Preach on, brother.
My old man grievance of the day is this. And I know it's an old man grievance, and I wish I could get away from it, but I can't. College football players, no dancing in the end zone. No elaborate celebrations. Leave it to the next level. I mean, ultimately, if you're not, if we want to change the rules and make it so that everybody can celebrate, then do it at the national championship game or maybe at your conference championship game, but not during the regular season when you haven't even won the damn game yet. I watched an LSU receiver today do a whole elaborate dance after a touchdown only to catch up, and they're probably still going to lose. I'll tell you in a couple minutes. But anyway, leave the dancing to the next level. I know it's an old man bitch. I know this makes me sound super old, but I would love to see you hand the football to the ref, act like you've been there, and when you get to the next level, if you're going to do the gritty, I'm down. We can make a TikTok video together. I love it. In the college game, keep it a little bit pure. No dancing in the end zone, please. Leave that to the pros.
Todd,
Yes,
Todd,
sir.
you habitual
Yes,
line stepping fucking genius. Did you not think that I was going to say anything about you trying to meld two different fucking
sports into my grievances?
Yeah, two different fucking pieces of content when you are limited in the as much sports as you can talk to, so your grievance has to do with a sport. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
He's a misunderstood
Thank you.
genius, that Todd
You
Dillon.
found a
threaded the
loophole.
needle.
You found a
Threaded the
loophole.
needle, baby. And kickers. Don't even get me started on that.
Okay.
Actually, we won't. So
All right.
I do want to add on to grievances today.
Yeah.
I guess it's really not much of a grievance. I'm only saying that because she's
Then
my
pick
wife.
a different segment.
Well,
So-
I like where this is going.
Danielle Grievance.
So a couple weekends ago,
Yeah.
myself, Danielle, Bob, and Lori went to a Red Wings game.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, Danielle and I have been together for around eight
Hold on.
years
did you,
now.
Did you hear the dry throated gulp that he did as he was about to launch into this?
His mic is very sensitive. I've
His
been
mouth
hearing
is
it.
super-
I've been
super
hearing
dry
it
right
every
He's like-
time we do the show, especially tonight.
Anyway,
There's a lot of
Yeah, well, this is definitely one of those moments.
Yeah. mouth dryer.
Yeah.
So we're at the Red Wings game, and in the last 8 years, Danielle and I, we've probably been to upwards of 20, 25 Red Wings games. Every Red Wings game, the same things happen at the same moments during the game. One of those being they come around and they do the pizza giveaway. And they toss boxes out into the crowd. And we've seen this time and time and time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, this last game we went to, we're sitting there and they do the pizza giveaway. And Danielle turns and looks at me out of nowhere and says, "Well, that's really rude." I said, What's really rude, babe? She said, "Well, the cheese is going to be all over the box."
Well,
I said,
Wow.
I looked
You're
at
gonna
her.
be deep shit.
I looked at her and I said, "You're serious?" She says, "Well, yeah, like they threw it. So how would the pizza not be all over that box?"
yeah, boy.
I said, "We've been to how many different games now? And you thought for all of these that there was a slice of pizza in that box?"
No, a full
Yeah. Personal
full
pan pizza. Yeah.
in the box.
And
Mind you, Lori and I were sitting one row behind them and like 17 seats to the right, and he's like frantically trying to get my attention, like just trying to, because he can't believe what he just heard, and he's texting me, and he's waving.
Did he do the like excited Cory laugh where he's like, "Oh God"?
I didn't hear it because I was too far away, but in my head, of course, that's what happened.
I was besides
Were you
myself. I
tickled?
was like, Jesus Christ! This and all these games, you've thought there was a slice of pizza. I'm like, no, you get the box and you take it and you get to redeem it at the counter. And she says, "Oh, well, that makes sense." So during the first intermission, I told Bob and Lori about this. And after that, in the second period, they come around and they do the scratch off giveaway where one of the promoter people is holding up this huge scratch off. Mm-hmm. So I pulled up my phone and I texted Bob. I said, "Wait a second. You mean to tell me those are not real scratch off tickets?" And she got very upset with me. Bob and Lori were sitting a couple seats down, like a row behind us.
Yeah.
So I looked down at them. Bob's just losing his mind, cracking up. And game continues on. We get to the third period. They come around and they start tossing T-shirts out into the crowd. So I grab my phone. I go to Bob. I said, hang on. You mean to tell me these are real T-shirts? I don't get how this place works anymore. I'm done.
And every time he's doing it, Daniel's like, stop it.
Yeah, she was not too happy with me.
No.
But that's just my little grievance. That after 25 different Red Wings games, my wife just realized that
Kristen,
Those weren't full of pizza.
nope.
Kristen Gephardt says, Danielle Selesky, you are so pretty.
She is. She's so gorgeous.
Yep. She's using her other
Anything-
talents.
Using my words to distract from what we were just talking about.
Hey, in the words of Joey, when the package is this pretty, nobody cares about what's inside. That's
All right.
Danielle.
So,
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait. So Cory reminded me, I do have another grievance. And this is actually a grievance stolen from our upcoming guest as well.
okay.
How come little kids get to ride the damn Zamboni at the frickin' games? That's not that cute.
Nope,
Put
not-
on
not
paying
true.
fans.
Anybody could ride the Zamboni. You just got to put your name on the Zamboni list.
Every time I go to a Kraken game, it's always little kids, and I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Sorry, someone must have texted Danielle.
They're talking about you.
She just joined the live, and so what did I just miss?
She is right upstairs.
Danielle, we were just talking about how you are
Fantastic.
ravishingly beautiful, and
Yes.
such a pleasure to be around.
All the time.
We had a fantastic
Very organized.
Wings game the other day, and can't wait to do it again.
I'd
That's
like
all.
to do it one time as well.
Stand 20 feet back from the counter so they can toss it to her.
We did. What time are we sitting at here?
47.
All right, let's
Wow,
go
we
to
do that now.
Let's go to gentleman's agreement then.
Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement.
And in the interest of, I would usually let this go down right to the motherfucking, but we're gonna speed things up a little bit
Yeah.
and move along. So we have a couple of these reviews to get it. So gentleman's agreement. If you're new to the show, this is where we assign each other TV shows or movies that we have seen and we have enjoyed, and we think that a random pull from each of our co-hosts that they're gonna enjoy it too. So I want to start. Actually, I want to start because I didn't realize until I was editing the audio from last week that I never talked.
You didn't.
Yeah.
I went back several times. I'm like, where was Bob's movie at?
Yeah, so I have 2 reviews to give. I'm only going to give one tonight, and I'll save one for the next time, which will actually give me a break that I would appreciate. But I had to watch Reservation Dogs from Todd. So, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Going to keep this quick and keep it spoiler-free. I really enjoyed Reservation Dogs. It's a limited series on, well, not limited. It's a series on Hulu that's gone for a few seasons. I did watch the first 4 episodes, and it's all about a Native American community who are sort of trying to find their way through any means necessary to get the hell out of their community and onto bigger and better things. But in the course of doing so, they got to make decisions about whether or not they want to lie, steal, and cheat their way out, or they want to, maybe not put the family at risk. So there was some really good acting in it. In particular, Todd, the female lead in that series was fucking phenomenal. I had to look her up to see see her name and see what else she'd been in. Also, the producer of that show is Taika Waititi, who had done Thor Ragnarok. He had done what we do in the shadows, which everybody seems to like, but no one fucking remembers who did it. So I'm like, as soon as I saw his name, I'm like, now I know what I'm in for. So I give that show a solid A-, only
Nice.
because I just watched the first 4 episodes. But and I don't quite know where it's going, but I'm definitely going to stick with it and see where else it leads.
Awesome. I love it. Hey,
well done,
hey,
sir.
Bob, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
And I know I promised not to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Did you not love the Indian dude who got killed on the horse who shows up all the time in the dude's dream?
I'm going to be honest with you, Todd. In that dream sequence where he continued to show up, for me, it distracted from the rest of the story.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know
That
why,
dude makes me
because
freaking crack up.
he was funny, but I thought that it distracted from the story. And I kind of got, after it happened like 3 or 4 times in the first 2 episodes, I'm like, all right, I've kind of had enough of this. I don't know why this has to be a gimmick, but it kind of wore thin with me. It was it's probably the reason why I gave it an A-.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if not, it's still an A in some form.
Dude, I'm not. In his lines is very reminiscent of today, but very, very solid movie. Essentially, he's becoming disenfranchised with the way America's going, and how people aren't self-sufficient. People don't see the beauty in being knowledgeable about how to take care of yourselves, and so he essentially moves his family into the jungle in Honduras, and they literally make their own way. And again, unfortunately, he's kind of losing his mind and losing his family while he's losing his mind, even though a lot of what he's saying makes a lot of sense, but it's absolutely insane. So, Bob, it's been a while probably that I've given one of your recommendations for me a high grade, but I'm also giving Mosquito Coast from 1986 a solid A- as well.
Excellent. And that's 2 weeks in a row, bitches. Because I assigned a Parasite last week.
All right. Can we do the shot first?
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get to Cory.
Guys, if you got something, put it in a cup and do a shot with us. We are a drinking podcast. We love your patronage, and cheers.
Salute.
Cheers. Motherfucking Selesky had to watch Haunted History.
Yep.
Correct.
From Nick?
Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I did watch several episodes of it already.
Mm-hmm. Like prior to me giving it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
But fortunately, there was still several that I have not seen.
Okay.
So I just went ahead.
Good enough?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was this morning. That's my Saturday ritual is to usually watch when I'm assigned. So by that time, I'm like, there's no point in trying to get a hold of Nick and him scrounge up something new.
No, that's fine.
I mean, dude, what's there really to say? It's there's all these different episodes on like Pennhurst that Jeannie even talked about, the murder mansion where H.H. Holmes lived in Chicago that I've actually visited the site. It's all these different places and different things that have occurred throughout history that people believe are different hauntings, or I mean, obviously like with the H.H. Holmes stuff, they mixed a little bit of the haunting into it, but it was more about just the his murderous tendencies and how terrible of a person he was.
The atrocities that occurred.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, dude, like I said, that was a softball you lobbed at me, and you hit it out of the park. Or I lobbed a softball at you. That's technically how it should go.
But, oh my God. Okay.
But
we need to do 90 second sports. Let's get to
Let's
it.
wrap this shit up.
But either way, man, yeah, a great series. As a matter of fact, on Fubo, I believe you can actually get.
The fuck is that?
It's
a
thing.
streaming service.
It's a thing.
Okay.
Did they have 2 more seasons of it?
Dude, I hope so. I was going to say that it was such a great show and it was put together so well. Like,
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking about starting a free trial on Fubo just to
Just to say you have a trial of Fubo.
well, that and to watch. So it was great series, man.
well, you've scratched me where I itch because I didn't know that there was more to that.
Yes.
And I would love to see more of that.
Now
So-
you also have to get Fubo.
No, we could just share one.
If you get a 7-day free trial
Oh,
when you
sweet.
sign up. So
All right.
All right. So listen, can you and Todd give each other an assignment? Because I've got one pending from Todd last week, and he didn't watch his movie. Mm-hmm. So it's just the two of you.
between Todd and I,
Yep.
I think we can handle that.
All right. I am ready to jot it down in the OneNote. So Todd, you got something that you want to recommend for Cory?
Damn it! I was thinking I wasn't going to get Cory this week. Give me a second. Let me go second.
All right, Todd, or sorry, Cory, why don't you? What do you got for Todd?
Todd, we're gonna go with Rich and Shameless.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Shameless?
Wow. Oh, Bob, you are a dad, sir.
You are watching Lifestyles of the Rich and Shameless.
See? Totally worth it. It doesn't matter what you say.
I was thinking the Good Charlotte song.
Yeah.
Well.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
You're trying to remain eternally young, and I appreciate that, sir.
I think you were the one doing that there.
Easy, Rod Stewart.
Who, me? Never heard of Good Charlotte.
Okay. Todd, what do you got for me?
I have a movie, and it was one that I hang on one sec.
Hanging on is what we like to do in an audio podcast.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, have you seen Men of Honor? I signed this to Nick before.
I'm going to say
Is
no.
that the
I
one
feel
with
like I have.
Cuba
but-
Gooding Jr. and De Niro?
It is. Yep,
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
you have seen it.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you, in the spirit of the show, you can text Cory later if you want.
You can defer.
I will defer, and I will assign something to Cory later. Then
Sounds good.
All right, fair enough. Todd, did you say you really wanted to squeeze in a 90-second sports before we end the show?
I didn't say I really, really wanted to, but I really, really can.
Should I cut off 20 seconds for what he did earlier?
I mean, if you wanted to be a real dick about
no,
it,
I
you
can't.
could.
No, I praised him for his loophole, so I can't do that.
All right, here you go, Todd.
And we see him heading in that direction. The 20. He's going for 40. And it's 90 seconds forward.
All right. The quickest jingle on the entire mixer. All yours.
Indeed.
Sir.
Indeed. Thank you. Now, anyone who's watched this or listened to this segment before knows that I typically waste a ton of time early on to kind of set this up. But today, not going to waste a ton of time. Going to spend the little bit of time that I do have to wish a rest in peace and condolences to the family of Bobby Knight, one of the great college basketball coaches of our time, passed away on November 1st. Dude was a total tool in many, many ways, but he
I was gonna say
he was a total tool in many, many ways. But at the end of the day, 902 Division I basketball wins is something you can't crap on. The dude accomplished a lot. He helped a lot of young men reach their goals and their dreams. He molded them in ways that made them successful professionals. And so for that, I think that he's owed an enormous debt. And I just want to, for one, again, 902 wins. Just for comparison, Tom Izzo has 687 wins with Michigan State. And if just like me, he's been there forever. So still almost 300 wins more. It's an amazing feat in sport to win 900 college games. And not for nothing, at a university that does actually have academic standards that are higher than a lot. And so for all of his controversial things that he did, for all those things, I still say rest in peace, Bobby Knight. You were an amazing basketball coach.
Sorry, not even for Bobby Knight.
Sorry, you're out of
you
time,
almost
buddy.
made it though, Todd. Well done.
Almost.
Yeah, it's really tough because I'm always rooting for him to be like in mid sentence of the best thought in the entire and the closing bit. for him to get cut off by that buzzer. But I still got to root for him when he makes it.
Came close on that one. Came very close.
And what Todd said actually reminded me. Bob and I were talking about this in the last show, and it just escaped our mind. We didn't have enough time with it. Is news that sure everybody knows, but another rest in peace to Matthew Perry, who died on the 28th. And his funeral was yesterday.
Yeah,
so
we were literally podcasting the day after he passed away. I think was it a day or 2 days?
It was the day of.
It was the day of.
Yeah.
And we hadn't actually gotten together to podcast for an entire month up until that day. And I think that we had talked about it beforehand, but we were all just sort of caught up in trying to make sure we put on a good show. And somehow we just got through 2 hours plus of podcasting and forgot to mention it, but definitely it hit us all hard. I'm going to say all, meaning with an asterisk, meaning Cory isn't in that group because not a Friends.
I never watched Friends either, but I did respect Matthew Perry and a guy who struggled with addiction, and I don't know what the cause of death was, but again, he was good dude. Good, seemed like a good dude.
So they
Friends.
They said that some people just have different genetics and they just are taken too soon. So we don't know. We don't know if it was his own doing from the disease or if it was a fallout from the disease. But regardless, he put together Perry's House. He said his one legacy is that, if anyone off the street came up to him and wanted help being rehabbed, he would do anything within his power to help them. Frank Azaria actually reached out and said, Hank Azaria, I'm sorry, actually reached out. He was on Friends a bunch. That's not a mispronunciation of a word.
We'll have to look up the rule book.
If the word was his name, then yes, I would say it's a mispronunciation.
Is Hank or
it's Hank?
Jimmy?
Yeah. But he did come out publicly and say that Matthew Perry saved him. He said that he forced me into rehab, went with me to AA and all that for a year, and but the weirdest, ominous thing of anyone that said anything was him. He said in his comment, "I'm just sad. I'm sad to see that he couldn't get things together or something." which is weird, not knowing the outcome of how he died. So who knows? But pour one out, do a shot for Matthew Perry. Gone too soon.
Yeah, the weird part about television is that we're none of us knew this person. You know what I mean? If I know you're not necessarily a Friends fan or a Friends watcher, but you know,
I knew who he was, and
yeah. But for people who watched him like every week for 9 years, how many seasons they do?
And after, I would go to bed with Friends on constantly. I've talked to many people. Marin Ted, I just talked to him the other night. He told me, he goes, it's basically comfort food TV.
But it's the age old, like, they're on the TV and I watch them all the time, and therefore I feel like I know them.
Right.
When in fact you don't know them at all.
Of course. Yeah.
At all. Yeah.
You just make this leap, and so when they pass away, whether it's at some point before the end of the year, we should do a in memoriam for all the people that have passed away.
Yeah.
It just hits you in a different way, but every now and again you kind of, at least for me, I go, why is this hitting me so hard for this person that I didn't even know?
Oh, it fucked me up.
You know what I mean?
It fucked me up. It really did.
When people that we know
so
and
stupid.
love and we spend time with, why aren't they? Why isn't this person I didn't know like miles less important than this person that I knew?
I wanted to put things. Oh, I'm sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you can go ahead.
Oh no, I was thinking about it, and because it did fuck me up, because I've loved Friends for the longest time and watch it all the time, constantly. I do watch it all the time, like still put it on when I go to bed and things like that with other shows. And for this entire week, I haven't turned it on because it was just too hard. I didn't want to see it. And I thought, well, this is really fucking stupid. What kind of fucking pussy am I being right now with this fucking actor who didn't know me and I didn't know him?
A big one.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, Corey, because
so am I.
The reference that I thought of in my head at that time was I actually felt bad when Jeff Bridges got cancer because of how hard it would hit Corey, because that's the kind of friend I am. And
that's actually a really good point.
To put things into perspective, if you lost him, I feel like that would probably be.
Wouldn't
care.
You don't know.
And seeing that's where I have that disconnect. I don't know that person.
So you just wouldn't care.
It would suck. I'd be like, oh, that.
But you know he's a person that plays a character that you are in love with the character, but you didn't. You're able to separate him from the actor.
Yeah. And like you said, everyone has their time. You can't.
And not everybody can do that. What you're doing.
Yeah, you can't be around forever, right. And you also can't. I mean, again, when you see people on TV, that's them on TV. Like I said, if I had a person, go ahead, Dad.
No, go ahead. I will defer. I go ahead. Finish up. I'm sorry.
If I actually had a personal connection with him, then yeah, that would really, really suck. But I don't have a personal connection with him. I don't. To me, there's really no connection except for the fact that I love The Big Lebowski, and that's it. So I appreciate the sentiment of that, but if he were to pass away, it wouldn't be any skin off my back. I'd still move on just fine. Sorry, Jeff Bridges.
Here's the interesting thing. I think we do. I think, and we lose sight a little bit of the fact that these people are artists, and I think when you're moved to feel a certain way, your day is ruined when one of them passes away, then they've really done a great job at their passion. And I think what gets lost in that is how much in the fact that he was able to do that and still keep you as a true fan while he was addicted is a testament to how really good he was at his craft.
Yeah, that's a great point.
People say that about Charlie Sheen. At the end of the day, back to sports, Lawrence Taylor was on cocaine and on other drugs and was still better than most people in the NFL while being impaired. It would be amazing to see what he could have done.
Sports in there.
Totally clean. Absolutely. 91 second sports, baby. But I think, like I said, I think you guys both hit the note. I think when an actor that we don't know passes away and it makes us feel a certain way, then they were really good at their craft. And regardless of kind of how it happens or what the rationale behind it is, That's the thing you should kind of celebrate. Because here's the thing: if they announced that they were going to do a Big Lebowski 2, and then all of a sudden Jeff Bridges died, Cory, you'd be bummed. And that is a testament to the art of Jeff Bridges.
Todd, honestly, I wouldn't.
What
if they announced a Big Lebowski 2 and Jeff Bridges passed away, then okay, that's what happened.
But if he didn't pass away and they announced a Big Lebowski 2, would you be super, super fucking excited?
No.
Dude, you can't possibly. So if everybody came back, Buscemi, Goodman,
Buscemi, who led the cast,
dude,
Bridges,
you're an idiot.
You would never go see that?
Listen, man,
I'd see it, but I wouldn't.
This you're never gonna get one over on him. This is Cory. He's his feet in the sand.
I know exactly. Unless a documentary victim dies, Cory's not going to be moved.
No.
That he knows.
Listen,
most of the documentaries I watch, someone dies.
Cory,
yeah, that's probably true.
Let me just put this right here. Cory's going to go against the grain, no matter whatever the popular opinion is. He goes against it. Hold on. He gives me so much shit for quoting Friends and things like that. But let me just put things into perspective. Imagine how psychotic I would sound if I changed my Facebook name for the past 5 years to Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing.
Do it.
And I dressed up as Chandler Bing and went to Chandler Bing Day at bars and things like that.
Why don't you do that?
Wouldn't that be insane?
You should.
Guess who does that? Cory Selesky does that. So don't tell me you would not be upset if Jeff Bridges died. Do not tell me.
I wouldn't. But
okay.
But on all the flip side of that as well, what we were doing at the time, Greek tragedies today.
It's a good thing
Nick,
we didn't do this last week because it would have gone 2 hours and a half.
I know.
2 hours that we went.
Before we get off this, though, Nick, let's you and I get some Matthew Perry tattoos. You pay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, before we get off this, I was actually standing as close to Matthew Perry as Nick is sitting to me right now.
Yeah. Oh boy, here we go. Well, while you guys go on about this,
No,
I'm gonna
we're
go to
good.
the
That's
bathroom
all I
real quick.
wanted to say. No, we're good.
Hey, and hang on real quick. 'Cause we're gonna go take a break.
Yes, we are.
For those of you watching the live right now, guess what? We're going to come back on another live that only you can see live.
Only who can see it live?
Anyone watching the lives right now.
Okay, well, you're making it sound exclusive, but you're really saying
It is exclusive. It is exclusive.
Well, is it?
Well, as long as you're subscribed to us and you can see.
This is why we need to do a Patreon.
Semi-exclusive.
To give exclusive followers the right to see our second go live of the night.
So our second go live of the night is
only to subscribers.
So the first
100%.
The first live that we do 2 shows back to back. We used to do longer shows. We do hour shows now. We do 2 shows back to back. The second live, if you're watching it live, you get to witness it before it's released. The first live will stay up on Facebook. The second one gets immediately deleted. So hopefully we'll see you guys on that.
Well, not deleted,
absolutely,
but moved to a safer space.
Move to it
for use
to an archived repository in the cloud it's got caretakers that are
should I explain what the cloud
Jobs,
is?
Taking care of it.
Steve Jobs. Who else?
Well, we almost ended that well.
Matthew Perry. They're all taking care of our archive. Too soon. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Bobby Knight.
Thank you. And to all our new listeners and viewers at Twitch and TikTok, thank you for joining us and thank you for following. Please join us on the next live. On behalf of Cory, Nick, and Todd, we'll see you next time.